Ladies and gentlemen, day 2 of the Chicago Bears training camp practices are officially here and now in the books. Day 1 was not amazing for the offense. I heard there was a couple of turnovers, one specifically to Tremaine Edmonds early on in practice. I believe the first throw, maybe even. We also heard that potentially, again, not know if this is for sure or not, but there was a situation where Caleb Williams wasn't lining up his team in the right spots and ended up getting thrown out of that specific drill early on in practice. Again, I can't confirm nor deny if that is true or not. I'm not at practice. But before we really get into today's update, which you guys might not love it again, but we're going to talk about it. Do me a favor and go follow all of the Bears media members on Twitter or X. There's so many of them that we're going to shout out in this video. One being Pat the designer, does a great job putting these highlights out on Twitter for us, and he has his own YouTube channel as well. You guys can go follow him. He probably has every single update that you can think of at practice, so definitely go follow him on both Twitter and probably his YouTube as well. Is probably a great spot for it. But there's going to be so many more that we shout out in this video, so go follow them if you haven't already done so. Right here, we're seeing a little bit of wide receiver drills. First up is going to be DJ Moore doing a great job dragging that toe in bounds. Basically just working right here on getting our feet in, right? We have a little bag here trying to display, let's just say, a corner and a flat, right? We get behind the defense. We got to go make a catch with an obscure view. Here's another rep. Who is this? 13. So, okay, that's Maurice Alexander. He's been someone who I feel like he's been making a really good impression on this coaching staff thus far. It's very early on. Bobbles, that one probably goes incomplete. Another rep here. This one is from Zacchaeus, former Commander. I feel like he's probably the number 3 wide receiver at this point in time. Gets his feet in. Good job there. More reps. We probably got one more. Ooh, no good. Tries a one hand. You got to turn that head quicker. There's one by Devin Duvernay. Now, he'll probably be a big-time weapon on special teams. There's also another guy, JP Richardson, I believe his name is. He's been looking good at camp thus far. They believe that he could potentially make the team as a UDFA. So, those are some guys that you need to look out for going into the next couple of days. Here's another rep from pre-team practice warm-ups, essentially. They're not really allowed to show 11-on-11s or 7-on-7s during these portions of practice, but right here, they're working on a little bit of a bootleg out here. Caleb Williams will be this next rep. So right here, again, all they're working on is running comeback routes, get back to the football as we bootleg out. Whenever you bootleg as a quarterback, whether it's the design play or because there's pressure off the weak side and you have to bootleg out, your field is essentially cut down into a third. So teams like to utilize crossers or comebacks or stop routes here with these bootlegs. So right here, you're going to see him come back to the football. Great catch, toe tap, gets his feet in bounds. I'm interested to see how he is utilized in this Ben Johnson offense. I feel like they're going to be extremely creative in terms of how they get him the football. But the one thing that we know for sure with DJ Moore is he's got a great route running tree. He also has great catch radius and body control when it comes to making catches like this one. So I do think he'll be a focal point of their offense, with Rome Odunze probably being a 50-50 ball receiver type of player for them. Which I think fits really well within this offense and what they want to do this season. So again, another clip here. This one is from Courtney Cronin. Definitely go follow her, man. She is amazing. Covers Chicago for ESPN, man. She is so good. I mean, you can look at her entire page and there's so much Chicago Bears news and notes. So definitely go follow her. She's a great reporter. Another one, Zach Pearson. Put out a lot of information about today's practice, and this is where I'm getting it from, guys. You don't even need me. Go follow these guys on Twitter next, and you guys can see for yourselves. But we did see that Grady Jarrett did have a lot of pressure today. When you look at this Bears defensive line, they added a couple of guys. Dayo Odangabo, I think he's going to be huge. Shamar Turner, another guy who can probably play inside, maybe a little bit of the outside, but probably looking at a 3 technique. Grady Jarrett, not coming off the best season in the world, but we know this guy can still generate pressure on the quarterback, and throughout camp thus far, he's done a really good job creating pressure on Caleb Williams in the past couple of days. Now, the offense did struggle a ton today. We had a bad snap over Williams' shoulder, according to Zach Pearson as well. We had some incompletions. We saw a scramble that saw Williams fall down trying to escape. From what I've heard, according to Zach Pearson and some of these other guys, the offense had another really tough day outside of, I believe, Kyle Monangai had probably the play of the day. And let's see if he says it here. So he has some more notes. It was a Tyson Bagent day as a quarterback 2. Rookie, okay, here we go. Rookie Kyle Monangai had a nice long run near the end of practice with a good juke move. But Roschon Johnson is still RB2, had a nice run today as well. Seems to me like they really do like this running back room. You have DeAndre Swift, you have Roschon Johnson, and you have Kyle Monangai. I mean, you have 3 guys here. Kyle Monangai has already worked his way up this depth chart a ton just over the past few months here. And then behind those guys, you got Travis Homer, more of a pass catcher out of the backfield, Deion Hankins, and Ian Wheeler as well. To me, these are probably the 3 we're going to see a lot of in this season. But let me know what you guys think of this running back room overall going into this year. We also have a few more notes from Courtney Cronin. We don't have too many, I guess you could say, clips to watch. Again, they're not really allowed to show too much of practice. Before we get into all of these notes and I kind of break down my opinions on them, make sure you guys hit the like button. It helps out the channel so much. But also, subscribe to the channel if you are new. It is free. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. And we will be covering the Chicago Bears throughout the entirety of the offseason, training camp, preseason, regular season, everything you can think of. We've got you guys covered. And once that season does start, we're going to be breaking down some all-22 coaches film for you guys. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. With that being said, let's kind of dive in and talk about Courtney Cronin and what she saw at practice today. We know the left tackle position is probably going to be the biggest question mark right now. They're going through a bunch of guys getting an opportunity to be the starter. First of all, you have Braxton Jones. He is getting an opportunity there. Ozzie Trapillo has probably been the most consistent and probably the highest potential at the position. But don't sleep on my guy, Karan, the former third-round pick of last year. He's actually shown some versatility of being able to move over to that left side. He is a perfect example of a swing tackle, and I believe they love his overall potential at the position. Courtney Cronin says Braxton Jones got the reps with the first during today's install, still in a ramp-up period, but Karan was with the first at left tackle during 11 on 11. So that is very interesting. Obviously, with Braxton still ramping up, Karan getting the first team reps. Ozzie, I believe, was with the first yesterday, and she says Ozzie was with the 2. Swap again. Yeah, okay. Swap from yesterday. So again, all 3 of these guys right here at the top of your screen, Braxton, Karan, and Ozzie, they're all going to get reps at left tackle. And ultimately, by week, maybe preseason week 3, we should know who that left tackle most likely will be. And I expect a lot of these guys to get playing time during this year's preseason, whether it be week 1 or week 2 of preseason. Doesn't really matter as of right now. We talked about Tyson was QB2 today. Case was QB3 today, and I believe that was swapped yesterday. Couple of issues that had to be corrected for the first team offense with huddle procedure getting lined up. Okay, so this was a problem yesterday. Now, I'm not sure if... Listen, I think Caleb Williams will be fine. It's tough going from learning a system last year to learning a completely new system this year. It's tough. It can be really tough on some players, especially if you're young and inexperienced with this type of situation. But with the Ben Johnson offense, we know it is very creative. There is a lot of things you need to know. There are a lot of things that you can't forget, right? Pre-snap motions, there's guys lining up in crazy spots, and there's crazy plays. We know that's a thing, and you got to get this ironed out immediately, okay? So again, I think that's going to come with time. Ian Wheeler and Kyle Monangai might have to have a race to see who's faster. Both had moments where they turned on the Jets today, including a long run from Monangai during team drill. We saw that from Zach Pearson, said the same thing. Caleb Williams continues to do a lot of work under center. No guardian cap for Jaquan Brisker at practice. Meant to ask about this during spring when he spoke for the first time since concussion. Some DBs, wide receivers wearing them, not all. Okay, so seems like a pretty, easy thing to look at and understand what's going on at practice. But that's pretty much it, right? Go follow Courtney Cronin, Pat the Designer, Zach Pearson, and all the other names you see on the screen, man. They do an amazing job, and trust me, you will not regret it. Hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys for part 3 tomorrow.